the criticism he's been getting has been fair. I think deep down he'll know that he doesn't deserve to be in that team.
Mourinho has made the call. There was lots of conjecture all week about whether he would drop him, and he has done that. But can United in the league get back to winning ways? They did it in the EPL Cup on Wednesday. Or can Leicester get their first league win on the road this season? Let's find out in the company of Alan Smith and first Rob Hawthorne.
Well, for all the perceived criticism of individuals within the Manchester United ranks, Jose Mourinho has built up a protective shell around his players, who are coming out today wearing unusual names on their shirts. They're actually the names of the mascots walking alongside them. Youngsters aged between 8 and 13 who've come from countries such as China, Colombia, Mexico, South Korea and the United States. So Jose Mourinho has taken the plunge and left Wayne Rooney out, which means that in front of goalkeeper David De Gea, Chris Smalling takes the United armband and Daley Blind is chosen ahead of Marcus Rojo to fill the left-back position vacated by Luke Shaw, who's injured but was criticised for his role at Watford anyway. Marouane Fellaini loses his place after conceding a penalty at Vicarage Road. Ander Herrera starts a league game for the first time since the opening weekend. Jesse Lingard, subbed at half-time in the defeat by City, gets an opportunity to redeem himself, while Juan Mata is expected to fill the Rooney role, behind Zlatan Ibrahimovic, whose debut for United came with a winning goal against Leicester in the Community Shield at Wembley. Leicester's team contains as many Manchester United youth products as United's, including goalkeeper Ron Robert-Zieler, who's in for a third successive game. Danny Simpson plays the 150th league match of a career that started with a United win in which Wayne Rooney scored. The team is the same as the one that beat Burnley, with Danny Drinkwater completing the trio of those returning to Old Trafford. The former United youth was sent off here on his last visit in May. A 1-1 draw when Jamie Vardy was absent through suspension. Vardy has scored 3 times against United and partners Islam Slimani, who scored with 2 headers. So Wayne Rooney, Manchester United and England captain, left to stew on the bench. It might lift a bit of pressure from him. He's looking relaxed ahead of the game. But who do you think the key players will be, Alan?
Well, Paul Pogba, I think his manager would have thought long and hard how to get the best out of him. We saw against Manchester City, he vacated that midfield area. And it's an area that Daniel Amati trying to fill the shoes of N'Golo Kanté. Not easy, he's only 21. Came as a right back, big game for him.
So Jose Mourinho preparing to try and face down football's Einsteins. Blind's corner, Smalling climbs, United ahead. Captain for the day, steps up, Chris Smalling, Manchester United lead.
Well, it's the kind of goal Leicester would expect to score. Not to concede in this fashion. They have got a lot of height and power, even without Fellaini United. But he just gets up above his man, doesn't he? I think Kluth maybe originally was supposed to be marking him. Just gets up first. Really good header into the ground. Makes it incredibly difficult for Zieler. Just what United needed during a spell in this first half. When they're on the up now, though.
Blind, Rashford. Urge to shoot, instead sets it up, Ibrahimovic! Well, a bit lower and that would have been spectacular.
Well, it was a majestic little poke through from Paul Pogba. And having done the chest control and spun, that was almost the easiest part, to volley it in, to get his knee over the ball and to get it under the crossbar. He did ever so well against Manchester City, Ibrahimovic, to keep the ball low from a similar sort of technique.
Blind. Pogba! Just tried to catch Zieler off guard.
Well, he does ever so well not to put too much behind this shot. It's a side foot really from this kind of distance, but when it dips like that, it is difficult for a keeper.
Mata. Pogba. Lovely touch for Mata. 2-0. Delicate ball into his path from Jesse Lingard. Mata finishes off the move, and United tighten their grip on this game.
But what a good goal, and what a big goal this might be in the context of this match. I was just thinking, you know, Leicester were dropping off a little too far. They weren't engaging United in these areas. A little too easy for them. It's not an easy finish bouncing up on him, Juan Mata. But with his technique, he makes it almost look easy. What a good goal.
Well, if anyone had any doubts about Jose Mourinho's selection and the leaving out of Wayne Rooney, they've probably been dispelled. And Mata reacts quickest to the corner, and Rashford slides him in for a third before half-time, and Leicester had completely gone to sleep. They didn't react quickly enough to the short corner, and Rashford pounces, and Manchester United well on their way to stopping the rot now.
Well, it's incredibly sloppy, isn't it, from the restart? They're all thinking, who am I picking up? Where am I standing? But it's Daniel Amati, I think, who should be keeping an eye on Juan Mata. Then he just falls asleep. He gets an earful off Mark Albrighton after this, Amati. But full marks to United. They're alive, they're sharp, and they make Leicester pay.
Well, this could be Blind with a corner. Pogba! It gets better for United! His first ever goal for the club!
Well, talk about turn the screw here, Manchester United. Beating a man while they're down. Leicester certainly are on the floor. Another really poor example of marking. Christian Fuchs can't get near. He's out-muscled, out-fought. What a good header that is. What a good header.
And he shares in the delight.
Some relief there.
Gray has a go, and that's a spectacular goal. It may be a grey day for Leicester here, but Damari Gray has fired them spectacularly, a consolation goal at least.
Well, he won't hit many better than that in his career. And this has flown past David De Gea almost before he could react. It is a beauty. A bit of consolation that should lift those Leicester players. To beat De Gea from there in that fashion takes some doing.
A real beauty for Pogba. Here's Mata. And Valencia suddenly finding some room. Cut back for Jesse Lingard.
Not the easiest chance. Damari Gray diving in on him, maybe. That was in his eye line. Hard to keep those ones down.
Here's Paul Pogba. And now Lingard showing a clean pair of heels to Robert Huth. Ibrahimovic! Corner.
Yeah, classic Ibrahimovic, the way he's just stayed out of the box, just hung back to gain himself a couple of yards. That might have just snuck into the corner. It's a good save from Zila.
Danny Drinkwater tries to set Slip away, pull back for Andy King.
I didn't really attack this one with conviction, Andy King, and he is a good finisher normally. They get a goal here. There's a bit of doubt.
Bai couldn't make it. Here's Slimani. Now Schlupp. Gray going for it again, and it very nearly came off. He forced the save from David De Gea.
Well, he's not short on confidence, is he? And he can see a picture. Sometimes you feel this might be a cross, but I do think he's just trying to find that top left, and in the end, De Gea does have to pull off a really good save.